happens when the United Nations cancels their rodent extermination service? Well, you're gonna find out on this episode of the PNS Watch series.
Today we're watching The Rescuers, which was released in 1977. It stars Eva Gabor, Bob Newhart, and Geraldine Page. So we're doing The Rescuers right now because we just realized that the 39th anniversary of this movie was last week at the time of this filming.
Special shout out to my aunt who loves this movie. It's one of her favorite Disney movies. So, hi Aunt Pam.
Hi Pam.
Alright, let's get started.
Oh my gosh, it's still Buena Vista.
Vista Way.
Vista Way.
Like the background is clearly like a oil
It's
painting.
on canvas.
Yeah. Look at the texture!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Blu-ray so much as an animation fan. Because I'm just like, you can see the treads in the canvas.
This was made during the Dark Ages. That explains a lot about the texture in the background.
Ollie Johnson, Milt Kahl, Frank Thomas,
Don Bluth.
Don Bluth, oh my god. Here we are at the United Nations in New York, and when I was a child, I had no idea what the United Nations was, nor did I know that it was in New York, and for the longest time, I just assumed that it wasn't in the United States. I really dig that female African mouse right there, like outfit, her hair, it's good.
Good day, Mr. Ambassador.
Доброе утро.
How do you do, madam?
Bernard is already like really rather adorable.
I know the words to this. R-E-S-C-U-E, Rescue Aid Society, hands held high, touch the sky, you mean everything to me. See, already you're just like Miss Bianca aesthetic.
Yeah, right?
All the dude mice are like, oh dang.
Because she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is. This really scares me, and it has always made me so incredibly anxious. Like, no, Bernard, you're going to fall, and how are you going to get out?
Oh
Please, may I have this assignment?
It's absolutely without precedent. It's not like the old days when it was a man's world.
It's the 1970s. There has to be a first time where we have like female members of the Rescue Aid Society go off and do missions.
You should have a co-agent go with you. Gentlemen, who will volunteer?
Gentlemen, this is indeed a most difficult decision to make.
I feel like that's how you'd react.
Oh, y'all gonna fight over me? Lolo me?
Well, why don't we take the shortcut through the zoo?
Gee, I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, it could be risky.
Remember our pledge? Through storm and rain and dark of night.
Never fail to do what's right.
I like how Bernard is like a little apprehensive and like it's raining. We can't do this. And Bianca is like, no, listen, we're gonna fulfill our duty to the Rescue Aid Society. We're gonna get stuff done.
What's really sad is that like she disappeared, and so they just put her belongings in the closet. There's no indication that any of the adults have taken any kind of action to find her.
A man and lady came and looked at me, but they chose the little red-headed girl. She was prettier than me.
No, Penny, don't think like that.
Penny can talk to animals? Penny has to talk to animals for this movie to make sense.
Yes, look at that eyeshadow. It's the 70s, so I guess you don't wear a bra. In case you didn't watch all of our Chilling Challenge videos, Milt Kahl was the supervising animator for Madame Medusa, and he based her off of his ex-wife.
And Cruella de Vil. How are these tiny mice gonna get down to Louisiana?
Well,
they take Scuttle.
It's not Scuttle.
It's basically Scuttle.
No, it's not. Scuttle
They're gonna
is a
take
seagull.
plane. They're two tiny mice. Are there mice-sized planes?
Paige, just wait.
I want tiny planes for these mice.
Okay, what I don't understand is how nobody notices that an albatross is running a plane service on top of the airport roof.
You want to get crazy with some Disney theories here?
Sure.
Because there's a poster on the wall that says Hawaii, so it must take place in the same universe as Lilo and Stitch. Madame Medusa is clearly the progeny of Cruella de Vil. Eva Gabor is in both this and the Aristocats, so they must take place in the same universe.
Disney conspiracy theorists be like, okay, he looks a lot like Scuttle, but Scuttle is a seagull, and he is an albatross, and as I say that, I don't actually know if those things are different.
12. Oh no.
There are 13 steps on this ramp.
He's such a little baby.
Sure wish we'd have taken the train.
Bernard clearly influenced some of my personality. He's like, yeah.
Pretty lady kiss me.
Yeah, that's exactly his expression.
How the hell is this albatross flying non-stop from New York to Louisiana?
Birds can travel really far.
Without stopping to eat or drink? That bird is not stopping at all. He's talking and she's just like, yeah, okay, good night.
Look at him being so smooth.
Yeah, you go.
Look at that. Yes.
You go, Bernard.
Get it. Honestly, like this whole movie though is, I mean, I know they're rescuing a kid, but it's also like a mouse date movie.
No, Bianca, no.
They're gonna be fine, Paige.
He jumps, he's like, I gotta go save her.
He's just like, no, it's okay. You just fell out of a plane. Have some moonshine. This new batch, man, it's great.
Can all humans talk to animals, or is it just Penny?
I think it's just Penny.
Because, like, Nero and Brutus didn't say anything to Medusa. This whole movie is about talking mice, and the two alligators don't get to say anything.
Because they're evil, Paige. Sweetie, I don't think your rolling pin's gonna do anything. It really makes me uncomfortable how his nose moves when she touches it.
You forced them to like you.
Man, Milk Call's divorce did not go well.
Bianca, they smell your perfume.
God dang it, Bianca, why you wearing the perfume?
Yeah, it didn't wash off in the swamp water.
No, Bernard.
Why don't they notice that it's wearing a tiny little purple hat and a red sweater?
Well, if I don't get back to the orphanage, I'll never get adopted.
Adopted? What makes you think anyone would want a homely little girl like you?
Ugh! Disney villains are pretty bad. It's always the ones that are in realistic settings that always pack the most punch because they say things that like people would actually say.
Yeah. So now what do you think? Cruella is worse because she wants to skin puppies to make a coat? Or do you think Medusa is worse because she's just a terrible human being?
There's not a right answer here, and whatever I answer, someone in the comments will be like, you hate puppies or you hate orphans?
Yeah.
But if the three of us work together and we have a little faith,
And trust in pixie dust? Bianca's really got it all. She's got the brains, she's got the beauty.
She got the fashion.
Yeah.
And she's about to get her, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a strong 6 or 7 on a good day. Man,
Bernard is easily a 6. He cares.
the compassion makes him more attractive.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're talking about mice.
In context, of course, he's easily a 6 for Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca's like a 10 though. Or maybe an 11. She's like a Lupita.
I don't think that Bianca's like selling herself short. I think that just,
She's choosing a guy that's like nice.
yeah.
Come on, girls, let's look for that diamond so we can get out of here.
Bernard, honey.
I don't understand how it got inside of that guy's skull.
Penny, no.
It's actually pretty smart though for her to wait until the water goes because then she can just swim across.
No! Bianca and Bernard! Where? What? Why?
Are you okay? You're really stressed out. Okay, the turtle's hat is really weird.
Yeah, the turtle is definitely wearing like a Civil War Confederate hat.
She's gonna murder them and not even worry about it. I don't think that you can use alcohol as fuel.
There goes my time.
You did that to yourself, lady.
And now her alligators are gonna eat her because there's nothing else to eat. And I think that is fitting. The reporter is like looking at the camera like, are the mice in the camera? Like, dude, you know how a camera works. What is the moral of The Rescuers?
Don't be greedy and don't steal children.
If you run a pawn shop in 1970s New York, you're a sleazy kidnapper.
And your crocodile pets will eat you.
Don't tell orphans they're too homely to be adopted.
True.
My God, woman.
Yeah.
Have meaningful, healthy relationships with animators so that they put you in Disney movies as good characters. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed The Rescuers with us.
Like this video if you want tiny mouse planes for Bianca and Bernard because they deserve it.
Let us know in the comments how you rank Bernard on a scale of 1 to 10. Subscribe for new videos every week, and we'll see you guys soon.